Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be preparing a gold underlay, and I am going to apply it to this base, and I intend to place the poinsettia vase onto this to display it. Hi Maria. Hi Ariana and Alma. Hola. So I'm gonna do it step by step. It's a very simple process, and I like it because I'm able to use less expensive gold, like the liquid bright gold, like this kind, and it comes out looking like Roman gold. I have a couple of other videos where I've done this kind of technique because I really like how it turns out. I use water-based medium, and I'll say it in Spanish as well, because I have some friends that are watching that are Spanish speakers. Esta técnica me gusta mucho porque me permite utilizar el oro menos costoso, que es el oro líquido, y el resultado es como el oro que hay que pulir, el que le llaman en inglés Roman gold. Utilizo la base de Etching for Gold. Esta es de Sandra's, creo que es de Felipe Pereira. I use the Etching for Gold. This one is Felipe Pereira's and the water base. And the other one that's very good is Mary Ashcroft's Gold Underlay, which is this pink one that we will be using today. It's right in there. También uso la de Mary Ashcroft, que es la que tenemos aquí el día de hoy, y que las dos funcionan igual de bien. Entonces vamos a proceder a añadir un poquito del medio a base de agua. We're going to proceed and apply a little bit of the water-based medium. Any water-based medium will work. I have a little bit of water in here. Tengo agua también aquí en un recipiente. La pipeta esta para sacar el agua, little pipette. Y el cuchillo o la paletita esta para mezclar. So I'll make a little hole in here and add a couple of drops, and then I'll mix it. When I mix, I kind of make a grinding motion. Cuando lo mezclo, lo presiono contra el azulejo, y está bastante seco ahorita. No le he agregado agua todavía. It's very dry and I haven't added any water yet. Voy a incorporar esos pedacitos que se me fueron para allá. And incorporate every little morsel that got away. Hi, Adrian. Glad you joined us. Feel free, ladies, to ask questions as we go, because this is very informal and you might forget the question by the time we're done. Con toda libertad, sientan confianza de hacerme cualquier pregunta porque estamos en un ambiente bien informal y no vaya a ser que se les olvide la pregunta para cuando terminemos. Así que podemos ir parando y explicando. Hi, Janet. So now that we've pretty smooth, see? It's kind of like a paste. Ya lo tenemos bastante incorporado. Parece una pasta. Voy a tomar unas gotas de agua. I'm going to add a couple of drops of water. Hi, Bella. Not too much. You can always add more. No le pongo mucho porque siempre se puede agregar más. And if you look at it now, it's a little bit lighter and thinner. Si lo ven ahora, está un poquito más liviano, más ligero. Y para el efecto que quiero, lo quiero un poquito más grueso. For the look I'm going for, I want it a little heavier. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the gold underlay. Again, I'm using Mary Ashcroft's, and I also use Felipe's. They're both equally nice. They give the same result, very smooth, very easy to apply. Oh, Merry Christmas! I can't get the lid back on here. There. And mix again. I know this is boring to watch me mix paint, but getting the right consistency is, using one of my favorite expressions, paramount to getting a nice result. Bella is asking if the gold underlay is the same as base for gold. No, base, for raised gold is different. Gold underlay is a product that gives you the look of etching, of etched gold. It makes liquid bright gold look like matte gold. It gives you a matte effect. I don't have anything here in the studio that I can show you that has that effect on it. I have those vases that I did with that pattern at a gallery currently. Hi, Joyty. But Bella preguntaba que si la base para oro, que le llamamos en inglés, y me han de disculpar que en español no me sé los nombres de los productos porque aprendí a pintar en inglés. Es la Base for Gold, no es lo mismo que Gold Underlay. Esto es para dar un acabado mate al oro brillante líquido, que da el look de ese oro más caro que es mate. Y se puede también hacer diseños y se puede como raspar, que les voy a mostrar. Entonces, para este proceso vamos a usar una esponja. Espero que me puedan escuchar. Estoy sacando la esponjita aquí de la gaveta. I was saying that for this process, we use a very clean makeup sponge. This is not dirty, it's just dried on there. So these I wash with Simple Green to take out paint or gold or whatever I've used them for. Estas esponjas de maquillaje, esto parece que estuviera sucio, pero no, eso ya los he lavado con el producto que se llama Simple Green. Eso es lo que uso para lavar todas las esponjas que utilizo con pintura, con oro, con cualquier cosa, y les saca todo, excepto este poquito de oro quedó ahí. Pero no pasa nada porque ya está seco y ya está lavado. Estas esponjitas son muy suavecitas y son ideales para la aplicación de estos productos porque se pueden doblar. A mí me gusta, se doblan a la mitad y me queda una superficie plana aquí, como un taquito. Y entonces es más fácil incorporar el producto y que quede parejo y sin las señas del pincel. What I'm explaining is I like these particular sponges because they're soft enough. When I fold them in half, I have one flat surface here, like a little taco, and I can pounce the product and it gives me a very even result. And it does away with any kind of brush stroke. So now that we have our product, I'm going to take these out of the way and bring the piece over that we're going to be applying this to, so you can all see. I shall move this a little bit back there. And we have it a little thick, so that's good. That works. I don't want to ruin my nice natural bristle brushes with this. So I'm going to use a synthetic brush as we don't need it to be very fancy. So I'm getting a somewhat large synthetic. And this is the piece we are going to apply it to. Everyone can see well, and I'm left-handed, so here we go. And I do dip it in a little bit of the water like we would our medium, and we'll start on the top because I think this is a better area for you to be able to see. So I'm not even being careful to make it look too even because I'm going to use the sponge. And what's important here is to get it done quick because we don't want it to totally dry. And we can turn it so we can make sure that everything is covered. And this gold underlay is basically, you know, like that pink glaze, I think, would do the same trick. They make it with a color so that you can see where you've applied it, but it fires white. Este producto es básicamente como el que se usa para hacer como una base para pintar sobre ella, que cuando se quema sale blanco. Y le ponen el color para que uno pueda ver en dónde lo ha aplicado. So, we go by areas. We don't want it to dry. So that's why it's good we did the top. I'm going to take the little sponge with the straight edge here, and I'm gonna go in different directions. See my hand? And I'm turning, and I'm not putting a lot of pressure on there. It's very soft. Very, very soft. Vamos haciéndolo por partes para que no se nos seque el producto. Y la esponja la vamos moviendo en diferentes direcciones para que quede parejo. Uy, se me soltó. Para que quede parejo y no se nos seque el producto. Y no levanta mucho. Como pueden ver, it doesn't lift too much of the product. I don't know if you can see. A little teeny bit. That's it. Once I'm finished, I want to put it against the light so I see, and see there's brush strokes right in there. That's not pretty because it will show when it's fired. And see here, it kind of dried on me. So, a good question. Bella's asking, what if it dries? We can apply a little bit more, which will disturb what we already have, but it gives us an opportunity to have a thicker coating, which that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to press down the brush. I'm just going to drag it over. Bella preguntaba que qué hace uno si se le seca. Entonces le dije que es exactamente lo que me pasó. Se secó. Entonces vamos a aplicar un poquito más, pero muy ligero. Yo no le pongo presión al pincel, sino que solo lo estoy arrastrando sobre lo que ya tengo ahí. Y nos da la oportunidad de poner una capa un poco más gruesa, que nos va a dar el resultado que queremos en este proyecto específicamente. So see how this one's drying pretty fast because I mixed it somewhat thick. So I'm putting a little water on there. And that's why the sponge is perfect, because it will make all of that ugliness, see, you can see all, if you fired it like that, that's how it would look. So that's why I turn it in different directions, so that I won't even leave the line of the sponge on there. I'm gonna put it down here easier so it won't move. And I'm turning in different directions. Estoy volteando o girando la esponja en diferentes direcciones para que no queden líneas y que todo quede incorporado y liso. So now we do the light test. See the difference? ¿Ven cómo se ve de diferente de cuando lo apliqué? Entonces esto sí va a resultar para lo que queremos hacer. Cuando esto se seque, Bella asks if it's better to put 2 light coats versus 1 heavier coat. You know, I think that if you're able to do things in one step, of course, it's ideal because it saves you time. But you don't want to say, oh, well, I didn't put enough, but I already did it, so I'm going to leave it. What I'm saying is, if you're not pleased with the amount you put on there, by all means, you still can fix it, because this product, the minute it is hit by water, it'll soften again, and then you can pounce it and get your thicker coating. You're not married to it. Bella pregunta que si es mejor poner una capa gruesa o 2 capas ligeras. Y yo le digo que, en mi opinión, y este solo es mi opinión personal, yo prefiero, si puedo hacer las cosas en un solo paso, me ahorra un poco de tiempo. Pero si veo que no tengo suficiente cobertura para lo que quiero hacer, no quiero meter tanto trabajo en una pieza y después que no me quede como yo quería. Les mostraba que se puede volver a aplicar sobre esto para que vieran que si de verdad no nos gusta, podemos aplicar nuevamente, y como es con base de agua, al tocarlo con el agua se vuelve a disolver y la esponja lo vuelve a dejar liso. Entonces es una técnica que permite errorcitos y permite que le ajustemos a nuestro gusto, a como nosotros lo queremos. So it's a very forgiving technique, and the result is very, very luxurious. Because you get the look of etched gold on it. And see, now it's already dry. When I put it against the light now, it's not reflecting like before when I was showing you. Como ven, ya se ha ido secando y ahora ya no se puede ver donde estaba la porcelana debajo. So at this point, obviously, I'm going to finish covering the rest of the piece and pouncing it with the sponge. And I have to let it sit overnight to completely dry so that we can start doing the sgraffito on it. Les explicaba que ahora voy a completar el resto de la pieza, voy a aplicar el producto, lo voy a incorporar con la esponja. Ya ven cómo quedó con la segunda aplicación porque le pusimos un poquito de agua. See, the second application, we picked up a little more product because we had added water, but that's what made it really smooth. Después de que termine de aplicar el producto y complete de incorporarlo con la esponja, voy a dejar la pieza secar por la noche, y mañana, cuando ya esté totalmente seco, vamos a usar este aparatito para hacer el esgrafito, que es vamos a hacerle formas, vamos a hacer diseños a remover el producto, y donde removamos el producto, ahí va a quedar brillante el oro. Donde quede el producto va a ser mate. So tomorrow when we do this graffito, we will be removing the product with this little mechanical pencil, which I have adapted. And this is something Melanie Foster taught us. It's a mechanical pencil, you know, the kind that had the thick leads in them, and I put in a toothpick. And you could do it just with a toothpick, but it's kind of nice to have something that you can hold like a pencil and really have control over. Este truquito del lápiz de minas, y es uno de estos, los compramos de Alemania, creo. Me lo enseñó la maestra Melanie Foster, Faber, sí, que le saca la mina y con un palillo de dientes se le inserta, y así uno puede tener un poco más control al hacer sus diseños. Puede hacerse solamente con el palillo o con otro tipo de instrumento para retirar el producto, pero cuando usamos estos productos que tienen las puntas de metal, podemos raspar la porcelana. When we use these tools, which are great for other things, to do this kind of technique, we run the risk of scratching the porcelain, the glaze on the porcelain. So good old toothpicks do the trick, and this is just brilliant. Los palillos de dientes hacen el truco maravillosamente porque no raspan la porcelana, y este aparatito este invento del lapicero de minas es una maravilla. Entonces, so now I'll show you. It's really nice and smooth. I'll try and put it up close. And see, you can't see any brush strokes. You can't see anything. And I can show you on a corner here what we're going to be doing tomorrow, so that you will be excited about it. Voy a mostrarles aquí en una esquinita que puedo retocar después qué vamos a estar haciendo mañana con este aparato. ¿Ven? Oh, thank you, Bella. You see where I have that little kind of like a drop shape right in there? That would be the shiny gold. And then all around, wherever I leave this product on, will be matte. So I could get fancy. I could do any kind of pattern. I could do flowers. I could do paisley, geometrical shapes. Anything that comes to my head. Puedo hacer cualquier tipo de diseño. Podemos hacer rombos, podemos hacer flores, podemos hacer diseños geométricos. Cualquier tipo de diseño que se nos venga a la cabeza, porque donde está este espacio donde removí el producto, a ver, aquí esta gotita, eso va a estar en oro brillante, y todo lo que quede con este producto va a ser oro mate. So I will finish this, and I won't bore you by having you wait and have me finish it. And then once it's dry, tomorrow we'll have some fun picking out a design. And if you guys have a design in mind that you would like to see me put in here, remember the vase and the base are a group project that we're all inputting ideas onto. So you can send me a picture if you find a design that you think would be pretty, and just so that you get an idea of what I was thinking, I was going to do some kind of design on here and some kind of design here, and leave this part matte and this part matte. But we could also cut out something like a shape in here and make some kind of a design in the center, but that's where the vase is going to sit over it, but it would still look pretty. So think about it. If you find some pretty design that you would like to see me put on here, just let me know. I freehand all my my stuff. If you feel more comfortable tracing on you don't feel steady-handed enough to just wing it, you can also do that. So I'll wait to see if you guys sent me some cool suggestions of lacy patterns or flowers or whatever you think would look nice. Bear in mind, I thought of applying like poinsettias on it so that it would match that base. But I thought later on, well, this is a one-time thing that I'm going to do. I don't see myself making too many bases. So I was thinking of doing something a little bit more kind of neutral that I could interchange different vases on. So I thought just kind of like a pattern or a geometrical thing or a lacy looking thing. Tammy asks if this product is the kiln wash. No, Tammy, this one, and good question, by the way, since you came in a little late, this is called, in Europe, they call it etching for gold or gold underlay. This one is by Felipe Pereira. And this one is an American product that Mary Ashcroft sells, and it's called Underlay. It's basically a white, it fires white, but they apply a little bit of color on here so that you know where you've put it on your piece. Like here, you know, we know exactly where we've put it. And you mix it with water base medium, and then you pounce it with a sponge. And I'll show again on the areas once it's dry, and we'll leave it dry overnight. See here, I had removed a little bit of the product. So I'm gonna do another little piece, like if I was doing just half a flower. And then I'll do another little piece here. I hope everyone can see what I'm doing. Let's see. And for this type of thing, I keep, I thought I kept, yes I do, I have a little mini kabuki makeup brush. And so then once I have scraped off or scratched off, I can just take the excess off. See? So everywhere, and you have to be very careful to remove all the product from the area where you are cleaning, because if not, it will show under the gold. It won't look smooth. you know, it'll leave little lines or whatever amount of product remains. Let's see. Is that, can you see there? Okay. Very good. So that's it. And I want to thank all of you guys for joining, and tomorrow we'll do all the fun stuff of scratching it off. And like I said, if you have I'm losing you, but we'll finish it tomorrow, and I'll be waiting for those designs and ideas, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll keep working on this piece. Thanks a lot. Have a great afternoon. Stay warm. Bye-bye, everyone. Nos vemos mañana. Si tienen algún diseño que les gustaría ver aplicado, por favor me lo mandan, y así lo hacemos mañana todas juntas, porque como les dije, esto es un proyecto en conjunto, así que queremos la participación y las ideas de todas. Así que manténganse calientitas las que están en el hemisferio norte, y váyanse a la playa las que están en el hemisferio sur. Nos vemos mañana y espero les haya gustado la demostración, y gracias por acompañarme. Bye bye. Good morning. Hi, Annalie. Hi, Oya. I'm gonna wait for a couple of more people to join us. Hola, Rosy. Feliz Navidad. This is the piece we had worked on a couple of days ago. And remember, we applied the... Hola, Felipe, tan lindo. Aquí estamos promoviendo tu producto, que nos encanta, el underlay, el etching. So, a few days ago, we applied the product on this, and I told you we would let it dry overnight so that we are better... we can handle it better. See, I can touch it. I can work with it. One thing I recommend is don't wear any kind of bracelets or jewelry that could nick where you've applied the underlay, because it will leave a small trace. I found in my demo pieces something I use to demonstrate what it looks like. And this is the effect that you will have. This would be just the regular liquid bright gold. And this is the underlay, makes the gold look matte. And wherever you wipe off the product, you're going to have the shiny gold. You can do different designs, patterns, but basically this is what it looks like once it's fired and it has the liquid bright gold over it. I was playing around with different designs I could do, and so I was drawing different patterns that I might be able to carve into the underlay. So I kind of like this one. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, the one thing that I like, hi Anita, is these mechanical pencils. I take the lead out of it and I use a toothpick because it does not scratch the porcelain when I am taking off the product. And like we had said, we use the Sandra's etching from Felipe's products. And here in the States, if you cannot get it, Mary Ashcroft also sells one that does the same thing. If you do not have access to gold underlay or etching, here's a trick. You can use matte paint. And just remember, hold on, that you want to mix it with water-based medium. Here's the product. This is very good stuff, and one little bottle will do a lot for you. It's etching for gold, that's what it's called. Or the one from Mary Ashcroft comes in these little tiny vials. And so this is exactly what we're using. And once we've applied it and sponged it, then we come along. I've done most of it because I don't want to make you fall asleep. But what I do is I'll come and I do everything kind of freehand, so bear with me. And I have a good light because you kind of have to twist it to see where you're removing the product from. And so here we go. And see, this doesn't scratch the porcelain because it's the toothpick. And I use a little makeup brush, the mini, just to remove the excess or what I've been scraping off. And this is very relaxing. It's tedious work. It's time consuming, but it's not difficult. And the result is well worth it. It comes out looking very, very nice. It looks etched. You have the contrast of the shiny gold versus the matte gold. And this product is really awesome to save on your gold, because you can make liquid bright gold look like Roman gold. As you can see, the areas where it's matte, let me see if I can get it close enough, it looks just like Roman gold. And liquid bright gold is a lot less expensive than Roman gold, and you don't have to burnish it. So it really is a good way to save a step and not use up all your Roman gold on something so large as this. You can imagine how much gold I'm going to have to put on all of that. If I had to do it with Roman gold, I couldn't afford it. But liquid bright is also easier to apply because it's thinner, and less expensive. So, and I kind of put it in different angles against the light because I want to make sure that I have removed every little bit of this so that because when it fires, it'll fire white, and but it would leave the trace if I do leave something on there. So I am going, hi Amelia, baci cara, tu me manques. I'm putting it against the light to see if I missed any area. And see, I can touch it as long as I don't scrape my nail or anything, or I don't accidentally touch this surface with the pencil, then I'm okay, because it is totally dry. I let it dry overnight. And what I wanted to do was leave this mat. I did the design on here, and then down here I'm going to apply a different design or something that kind of blends in with this, but I'm going to leave this part here matte as well so that we have some nice contrast. So I'm not going to make you watch while I carve out all of this because I would put you to sleep. But if you have any questions, this is the continuation of the base that we had started 2 days ago. And I decided to do something kind of neutral so that I could display any kind of vase on here and it would still look good. I had thought of doing the poinsettias to display the poinsettia vase, but then that would limit me to only that one base for that vase. This way I can use it with other vases that I paint along the way. Because it is kind of time-consuming work, I don't see myself making many of these. It'll be nice to have one that I can use to showcase vases. Or look, I could do an egg. I'm not going to set it on there because it'll scratch the surface that's supposed to be smooth. But it gives you something that you can display many of your items and change it around, and it will make it look a lot more luxurious, because gold really has a way of dressing things up. So someone had asked me how let me get this here, I'll show you my little pointer, how I got the design even. I freehand most of my work, except for very few times. I don't have patience, to tell you the truth. So let me put this centered, and I'll show you my way of doing it. Is I'll start with the middle piece here. Let's see, put it back forward. See this middle? And I'll carve this one out. Then I'll do one side, one side, one side, one side, one side, and one side, and I have this one complete. So I would do something like this and go exactly to the other side, and do the same over here. Start with the middle. Let's see if you can see the light's not hitting it. Okay, here. Start with the middle, do the two sides, then the third, and then the last. Then you have one across from the other. Then you have to you've divided your piece this way. Now you're going to divide your piece this way, and you start here with the middle one again, sides, and then you go straight across, and you have this guy. Once you have a square, you go like a pie. You go this way. And here you have the middle one. Then you would do the middle one on this side. And again, the middle to the middle. And that kind of spreads them out somewhat evenly. They're not perfect, but it's supposed to look handmade. Once I finished the fan shapes, I just went in and added a little triangle so that that space wouldn't look just completely flat and matte. So once I finished it, it kind of looked a little Art Deco to me, and I like those kind of designs. So for now, I'm just thinking of what to put here on the bottom, and I will do that and fire it, and then I will do a third step, which I will do a live video on how I apply the liquid bright, because I have my own little way of doing it. Now that third video is going to probably take me a little while, as I'm running out of gold, so I need to order a big batch of it, because you don't want to start a piece like this and only get half done. You want to do it all in one application. But I will post a photo of what it looks like once it's fired. Like I told you, this will all be white. They put a little tint in the underlay or etching powder so that we can see where we're working. If this was pure white, we couldn't see what we've carved out and what we haven't, and it would make it a lot more difficult. Now, if you're going to use the matte paint, try and use something that has a little color. I wouldn't use something like black or something like that, but I might use a yellow, pale yellow, or because gold is yellow based. So that way you can see where you're working, but it won't interfere with your liquid bright gold once you apply it. So I hope this tip was helpful, and I wish all of you a very happy holiday season, however it is you celebrate. I hope it's with much love with your families. Stay safe and healthy, and I sent you a big virtual hug, and hope to see you on here again very soon. Take care, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.